Assalamu alaikum. This video will be an answer for the question of my brother Muhammad. And before, okay, so you asked about the conjugation of some verbs like wa'a, ra'a. I don't think the first, maybe masha. So all the verbs which have this rhythm or which has alif at the end. Before explaining that, we need to know some ideas about the classification of the verbs in Arabic language, and one of these classifications is this. So we have al-fi'l, the verb. In al-fi'l, I have two main categories or two categories in this classification. I have sahih, which means correct, and mu'tal, which means ill. So when I can say that this verb is mu'tal is when I have one of these three letters in my verb, and these letters are alif or waw or ya. So when I have one of these, I say that my verb is mu'tal or ill. When it's not mu'tal, it's healthy. We call this verb sahih. I have three categories in this group. I have mahmuz. Mahmuz, it means this word comes from hamza. So when I have my verb in my verb hamza, I call it mahmuz, like sa'ala or amila. Then I have the second category, which is muda'af. We call it muda'af. Muda'af means doubling. So when I have in my verb one letter doubling or doubled, or one letter repeated two times, like shadda or zalzala. So shadda, here I have two del because I have shadda, so it means I have two del. And zalzala, I have the repeating of two letters, which is zay and lam. The third category in this group is salim. When I have the verb salim, it means that there is nothing wrong with this verb. There is no hamza, no doubling, and no حروف علة. Okay, it's like ذهب خرج, and yes, ذهب and خرج. Okay, we go to the second category, which is mu'tal. In mu'tal, I have these three letters, and I have four categories or four groups. I have مثال. I say that this verb is مثال. هذا فعل مثال. When I have my letter of inness, فعل العلة, حرف العلة, at the beginning of my verb, like here, like وجد or وصل. So I have waw at the beginning, which means that I call it مثال. And all the verbs, when I have حرف علة at the beginning, I call it مثال. When I have my letter in the middle, I call it أجوف, like قال. I have alif in the middle, so قال, I classify it أجوف, معتل, فعل, of course, verb. The third group is ناقص, which has the letter of علة at the end of the verb, like جرى. And your question, Muhammad, is about this verb, jara. The last group is lafif. Lafif is when I have two letters in the same verb, like shawa and wa. I have two subcategories, two sub-classification about that. So it's when the letters are beside each other, and the other one, they are not. They are separated with other letter. So we have مقرون and مفروق. فعل لفيف مقرون when they are together, and مفروق when they are separated. So شوى, I have waw. After waw, exactly, I have alif مقصورة. So I have that case of مقرون. The second is مفروق. So it's separated with one third letter. Okay, this is my classification in Arabic language. Your question is about this verb, ناقص, and we'll see how to conjugate this verb ناقص. Okay, here I have my file. It's okay. I have تصريف الفعل الناقص. I took 3 examples because I have 3 situations. Either I have عفا, like عفا, verbs like عفا, which where I have ألف ممدودة at the end, or I have مشى, where I have ألف مقصورة at the end, or I have خشية, where I have ياء at the end. And the 3 are حروف علة. Okay, so what I tried to conjugate, so the rules said, or yes, the rule of the conjugation in the past, we said that you take the verb with huwa, you write it, afa, masha, khashiya. I took only one to take an example. Then I copy it with all the letters. Then the third step is to add the stable letter, extra letters with each pronoun. Okay, here I have problem. What is this problem? Is عفا, this alif at the end, the original of this alif, it's not alif, it's waw. So when I want to conjugate, I need to write waw instead of yes, write it as it was at the beginning. So the same for this alif maqsura. We write it alif maqsura. Why? To make it difference, because the original of this alif maqsura was yeah, wasn't alif or well. And we will see. So I can't make it like this at the beginnings. I need to write well instead of yeah. So I change always when you have فعل ناقص, فعل معتل ناقص, and you have ألف at the end, ألف ممدود at the end, so you change it to well in the past. So I change all of them with well except هو, because we say هو عفا. Okay, I will have أنا عفوت, نحن عفونا, أنت عفوت, أنت عفوتي, and all the others. When I do that, I will have other trouble, which is I have 2 sukun here and 2 sukun here. And the rule says in Arabic language, we never have 2 sukun, successive sukun, one after one in the same word in Arabic language. This is one rule. The second rule, you never find the word in Arabic language starts by sukun. So I need to avoid that. And to avoid that, I delete حرف العلة. So I will delete that here, and I will have هي عفت, هي عفت, and هم عفوا, هم عفوا. So I delete حرف العلة. And when I have 2 sukun, I delete حرف العلة, the first one. Okay. This is the conjugation in the past for the verbs which okay, sama yasmi here, which the verbs which end with alif mamduda. Then I go to the second category where I have the verbs which ends by alif maqsura. I do the same. I change all alif maqsura by ya, because the original was ya, and I add my extra letters. I will have the same situation with hiya and hum. Okay, and I will have the same situation with all أفعال ناقصة, with all the verbs in this category. So, okay, something here. Why we did this classification, or depending on what we did this classification, it was this classification basically what it was to make a difference between the verbs. Okay, each verbs which we conjugate with the same way, we put it in one category. So it's depending on the changing of in the conjugation. So here in this category, we have the verbs which we change or replace the حرف العلة. We call it حرف العلة. We change it with its original letter. Okay, so I have مشيت, مشينا, مشيت, مشيتي, مشيتما, مشيتم, مشيتن, مشى. And here I have the same situation, so I delete here with sukun. I need only one sukun. I need to keep one sukun, not two. Here the same. Good. In the past, about khashia, which is in the same category, but I have ya instead of alif. So I have khashaytu, khashayna, khashayta, khashayti, khashaytuma, khashaytum, khashaytunna, khashiya, khashiyat, khashiya, khashiyata. Two sukun again. So I need to delete one and I say khashaw. Okay, and I have khashina. This is like this, you do the conjugation of all the smaller verbs. So when you have verb which ends by alif mamduda, you do like this, like afa, with alif maqsura, like mesha, and with khashiya is with the ya at the end is like khashiya. Ra'a is a special case. We will see it later. Okay, so this is about the conjugation in the past for these letters. What about the conjugation in the present and the command? Okay, we will see it next time, inshallah. Thank you very much, and I will continue the explanation, inshallah. Sorry for being late. I was really busy, and I wish that it's helped. Okay, thank you.